welcome to Cross Potent. My name is Sherry McKeon, and this is going to be your Farming by the Moon for January 2019. And there's a lot going on this month. One of the interesting trends that I'm going to mention, which is probably something I wouldn't normally mention, but right at the very beginning of the month, Mars goes into Aries. Actually goes in on the last day of December, but Mars rules, pretty much rules the sign of Aries, or is associated with the sign of Aries. And this is its home sign, so it's now moved into its home sign and it's real comfortable there. But we also have Jupiter in Sagittarius, its home sign, and Saturn in Capricorn, its home sign. We also have Neptune in Pisces, which is its home sign, which helps, you know. So we have the Sun starting out with the Sun in the season of Capricorn, and Mars moving into this Aries zone, you might say, which is really happy with that. And if you look back in history to some of the archaeological artifacts that they've found about you know, ancient writings and stuff, they of all the ancient, you might say, astrologers of ancient times, like of 1,000 years ago, there's evidence that they thought that these planets kind of blessed a certain day. You know, we name Sunday after the sun, Monday after the moon, and whatnot. Saturday's named after Saturn. Actually, Thursday's named after Thor, but we call him Jupiter. So that sort of would mean that Mars blesses Tuesdays, Jupiter blesses Thursdays, Saturn blesses Saturdays. It's sort of an ancient kind of tradition, you might say, from a long time ago. But it's interesting to see how it applies, since it doesn't usually line up like this, like to this degree. There are a lot of planets in their home signs right now, which is really unusual. So I thought I'd mention it this month and try to explain it the best I could. So this moon in Scorpio is ruled by Mars, and it's in its home on that day. So this is what they call the fruit machine day, where your fruit comes to you, and it's sort of a blessed day that's got a little extra good energy with it, you know, and it's got Mars in its home sign. So that's like a triple blessing on that day. So that's sort of the way it works. If you look at the planetary hours, you can even look at it at a more minute level, which I'm not going to get into that, because that really depends where you live and your time zone, and you really just need the planetary hour app to figure it out, you know. I have it on my phone. I don't try to figure it out in my head. So, but the days are easy. It's always, you know, the sun for Sunday, whatnot, the moon for Monday, whatnot. We've got Mars for Tuesday, Mercury for Wednesday, Jupiter for Thursday, Venus for Friday, which was Freda. In Freda and Thor were actually how these two came to be named. And then Saturn for Saturday. And that's sort of just a general overview I wanted to give of that. So as we get into you know, the Scorpio energy, I want to talk about the farming end of it. There's also a meteor shower going on this week, and an eclipse on this new moon in Capricorn. So we've got the sun in Capricorn, the new moon's in Capricorn over here, a meteor shower. All these planets are in their home signs. There's a lot going on this month. So we start out with that Scorpio energy, but real quickly move into Sagittarius. So Sagittarius is definitely a kind of an animal lover sign, a traveler, usually associated with college level education and higher studies or ongoing education, like online courses and things along those lines. So this Thursday is going to be blessed. It's a Sagittarius moon on his day, plus Jupiter. That's a triple blessing. Plus Jupiter is in his home sign on that day. So very good Thursdays throughout the month. Very good. Every Tuesday is going to be good in association with Mars. You know, it's just unusual that these are all happening. We should take advantage of it. So let's see. As we get closer to the new moon, moving through Capricorn, good time for shipping animals. Like often when you're breeding them, you have to ship the stud back to the farm that it came from. Good time for that. Group projects, fun group projects, casual organizing, fun travel, spiritual retreats could be good with this, all the Sagittarius and comfortable structural energy around. Maybe your spirituality needs a little structure, and going to a spiritual retreat would give your spirituality that little bit of structure it needs to really kind of settle in. You know, I know a lot of people that really had profound experiences at spiritual retreats. This is an eclipse. You've got somewhere that your soul is calling you to go to. Go camping. Go do it. Go hang out. This is a rare combination of energies that we should take advantage of. So after the eclipse and the new moon, we've got Aquarius. We've also got Uranus going direct, which rules this Aquarius. He doesn't have his own day, though. He's considered ruled by Saturn. So that is an added blessing when Uranus starts going direct. We handle the chaos in our lives a little better, I think, especially what's coming at us externally. We start processing that better. And you might want to think about radical upgrades of your personal space. This Monday is moon ruled by the day. Monday is the moon day, which is your personal self. So maybe, pardon me, maybe your workshop in the barn or your own little desk area, you could like radically upgrade that. Let's see. Aquarius, I have for projects, since this is the new moon energy building here up to the first half, what they call people say the first quarter. It's actually starting the second quarter to the halfway point here. So I call it the first half moon because it looks like a half of a moon. And then the last half moon. Some people say first quarter, third quarter, but this is actually the second quarter, starting the second quarter. So, I don't know. There's a little terminology difference there. And anyway, going with the moon increasing anyway in its brightness, which is called waxing. This you might want to upgrade your lighting in your barn and so you could see better. Do, you know, with that radical energy, do a radical overhaul of the lighting or the outdoor lighting, maybe like an emergency floodlight, to get that prepared for a storm or an emergency. That would be good use of that energy. Into Pisces, jellies and jams, washing and cleaning. Pisces is co-ruled by Jupiter, so of course this is another one of those fruit machine days where things are very blessed, and definitely take advantage of that. Pisces tends to be a little more more thoughtful, introspective, you might say, kind of energy. So I have down that, you know, maybe some of this learning of Jupiter could be like meteorology. Maybe a little online course about the weather systems would help with your plants, you know, deciding when to pick your crops and whatnot. That might be a good use of that blessed day there. Also, I have checking gear with all the snowstorms and stuff that tend to be coming this time of year. You might want to check your snow gear, your boating gear if you have to go out onto a lake, or if you are doing archery, check your archery stuff, or your horse tack and your horse gear, whatever you have to check for gear. I would definitely start getting it ready. There's going to be some snowstorms coming, I'm sure. It's kind of like with this new moon energy, now or never. Get it ready. You're not going to have time to do it later. And Pisces tends to be a little bit more mellow, and things quiet down. You might have time to get onto things like that. With Aries, fishing, camping, hunting, traveling, storytelling. Another thing that I like about Aries is they usually tell good jokes. They always like to check their oil and their air filter. I always say that with Aries. And with Saturn, blessing every Saturday for a while it's in its home, you know, blessing its day of the week. Aries tends to like to kick the tires, you might say. Usually they're mechanically inclined. I've known some really mechanically inclined Aries. Also, ridding pests and have a garage sale. As the moon is clear things out. With this new moon, make way for new things to come in. By I think I bumped my thing. Nope, it's still good. Make way, clear out what you can, and make some space for some new energy to come in. On this first half moon here, this was be Taurus. This is a nice, comfortable day, even though it's you've got the moon square the sun because it's on the quarter moon. So there's usually some tension there, but with all the nice energies around, I think it's going to be a pretty nice quarter moon. Let's see. I have construction projects, buying and selling, animals or produce or equipment, maybe your crafts and your products or quilted blankets. Good day for buying and selling there. With the, let's see, Gemini. Gemini rules this day, which is Wednesday. Also rules this day, every Wednesday. So these are blessed. That's why I have them with the red. Those are blessed by the fruit machine too. So communication with Gemini would mean gather info, maybe order your seed catalogs for the spring. Get your orders going. Okay, your lucky Jupiter is communicate about healing languages, healing terminology. combining communication and that healing energy, and coming into Cancer is also healing energy. This would be a good time to start your eggs incubating to hatch with this Cancer, and coming up on the full moon, get them going. They will take a while to hatch. So Cancer is a real homey sign, a comfortable sign, nurturing sign. I would say this is a good weekend to work on that, maybe the chicken coop and whatnot, get that going. This full moon, Leo the show off, you know, there's really no other way to put it. The funny thing is, the sun blesses Sundays and the moon blesses Mondays. So the sun and the moon, and I think here, my time, it's right around midnight that the full moon takes place. So that is really blessed. That's just blessed. And I'm telling you, this don't line up like this like all the time. This is such a blessed month. This is the time to maybe, with Leo's being a show off, I was thinking maybe put up a new mailbox, paint the front door, get your little driveway, like little hedges along the driveway, like spruce that up. Maybe new signs, if you got a sign somewhere, maybe touch that up. Gates, make sure the whole front entry looks spiffy. That's a Leo. They want everything to look really nice when people come to visit. So this full moon is a culmination time when you're going to have a lot of clarity. A lot of people say you finish things then. I think a lot of times too, you just have a lot of clarity, and things really come into focus, and you can really see other people's point of view and see things from another person's point of view, and you know, it can help you. Anything to do with theater or performance or music or movies and children, wonderful full moon for children, doing stuff with the kids. Let's see. 22. Coming into earth energy, weaning animals is earth energy. You know, being blessed with Mercury, on Mercury's day, Mercury rules Virgo. So this is a blessed day by the day Lord, you might say, Mercury. Organizing, helping others to organize. With this full moon energy is still going to be activating a lot of things. Possibly lend your expertise in helping others figure out how to fix things or how to mend things, maybe nifty ways to make repairs on things. Send info, transfer info, communicate info. Health is also any kind of health messages. Make sure that communication gets done. Now here on Friday, ruled by Venus, because it's Friday's Venus's day, we have Libra, moon, blessed by Venus. That is going to be a nice Friday. I would say probably a very good time to go out on a romantic dinner or have a nice time with whoever your sweetie pie is. That would be a very, very nice Friday for that. So after we get through the weekend onto Sunday, the last half moon or the quarter moon after the full moon of Scorpio, we have this is the time of breeding and slaughtering and processing meat and whatnot like that. Ridding pests is another thing. We come into Sagittarius. There's a lot of Sagittarius energy with that lucky Jupiter in Sagittarius already. So this is a time to possibly learn, with the days being so short, and the balsamic moon is kind of a dark moon. Things tend to quiet down a little more. This wanting part of the cycle, possibly learn something out of a book or study an online course about maybe animal training, or learning about an interesting hobby or personal interest, even whatever piques your interest. In the whole idea is just to keep yourself curious, keep your mind thinking and wondering and searching out answers. And I think that's what this Sagittarius energy, it's lucky to do that right now. It's lucky to take advantage of that right now. So we get down to the Capricorn. Keep in mind the 2nd of February is Saturday on the Capricorn moon, blessed by Capricorn. It's its day. It's Saturn's day, ruled by Capricorn, or that rules Capricorn. So structural, the bird houses, bat houses, beehives for your pollinators, the birds, the bats, and the bees that pollinate everything. Great time to build structures like that if you have time on your hands, in the evenings. There's not a lot to do in the winter when it's cold, but a lot of people do projects, little crafting projects. So let's think about the housing of those pollinators for the spring crops that need to be pollinated. And that would be, a very productive use of that energy. So I really appreciate you tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you next month. Thanks for watching.